Also, too, it's in the fitness space, but we had a similar thing happen with the client, and we utilized virtual bundles to try to combat this situation. So, you're taking one product and it has accessories, and Steve, you brought up Anchor it was an excellent example of this, as Anchor has so many accessories that can go with it. It's just a better example. But for us, we had 3 or 4 accessories, and so we created literally 4 virtual bundles along with our main product. And so what happens there is that on the search result page, you're taking up more real estate there. So it makes it more difficult for your competitors to keep up with you. But yeah, these are an excellent example. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It was an excellent example, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looks like they're out of stock or something, because when I search for Anchor Thunderbolt 4 dock or hub,
it was the 777,
there was,
right?
Yeah, there was tons of them showing up. So I'm going to search more specifically for that 777.
And by the way, while Steve's doing that, Steve showed me this, and then because he showed me that, I bought one. So I'm going to have to.
Oh, you did?
I'm going to send you the bill for that, Steve, because I had to get one.
Yeah.
So I just searched for the exact model number this time, and what I'll show you is this item is the same as this item, which is the same as this item, which is the same as this item, which is the same as others that are throughout here, because they created a virtual bundle strategy that's really, really spot on. So if you look at this item, this is the original listing. This is what what's driving the business for them, and they realized that they could have multiple iterations because people need multiple accessories for it. So they created one that has a stand.
Yep.
They created one that has a cable and another different type of cable. And by the way, I've got a bunch of tools that load here, so it pushed everything down. But you can see all these different iterations that they launched even have a scroll bar for how many they put on here. So now, not only am I giving the consumer options for something they already are going to buy with some degree of frequency. You can see here, Amazon suggesting these cables are commonly bought with this item. Why wouldn't you want to make it real simple for them? But look at that search page exposure and this product detail page exposure. I mean, this is free placement, guys. This is huge. And if we go back, all of this placement here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's more. These are the 4 that happen to be showing up at the top of the page. That is 75% increase in my share of voice on this search result page. I mean, it's astonishing. And you really have to be doing this. And you can see, based on the review counts for each of these bundles, yes, it's not selling to the same degree as this item, but this has got 39 reviews. Clearly, enough people are buying it with that stand. So Wes, here's I'm gonna put you on the spot. Which iteration did you buy?
I bought the one with the stand. Yeah.
See, you were talking.
I already had some cables. I know. Steve sold me on it. We even just didn't do it on a demo call. It was.
What I didn't tell you is this is what I own.
Yeah, I know. Is it really?
No, I own this one.
Okay.
Yeah, Wes, it's funny. You beat me to the punch because I was going to talk about what one of my other clients did that's sort of similar. They didn't do the bundles. They're in the skincare business, but then a niche within the skincare, and they have the product. It's the same product, but in multiple scents. And the normal thing that most sellers would do, one parent, and then it was literally 20 something different scents there. In our case, we didn't do any variations. And so now we literally own the search results page. In this category, the search results go across. So you get 4 lines and then however many, rows down, with it. And so obviously we're bidding on the top keywords. So we're winning the 4 sponsored spots, but we've done a phenomenal job on the organics that a person literally has to scroll to get to one of our competitors. So in the seller who asked us the question, if you have your products within variations that on their own are doing well organically, think about trying to break up those parents. And I'm not saying this is going to work, but try it. That's what
No,
we
it's
always
a solid tactic. Oh yeah.
Yes,
It's a solid tactic.
And now, if each one of those products, let's say you have 10 products in that variation, if they happen to rank 1 through 10 or 1 through even 15, you're going to own that search results page at that point, and you're going to push those competitors that you're talking about way, way down by doing that.
Right. Well, and I know, Steve, I know you're going to show something. I was just going to say, just really quick, if also the person that asked this question, you guys out there, if you'll use that anchor example, look at the 777, charging station. But if you look at the anchor storefront and start looking at their storefront as far as how they're utilizing some funneling tactics, I would do it differently. But there's a lot of good information out there, and I think virtual bundles actually give you an opportunity to expand your storefront as well too, so that you can utilize those same conversional tactics that Steve mentioned on the detail page in your storefront without the noise around it to distract people away.
Yeah. So the reason I came across that anchor example is because I was looking to buy a Thunderbolt 4 hub. I ended up buying this one, which I'm really happy with. But I'm sure it's probably very similar to that anchor example. But I want to show you on this particular product page, this has multiple items that are not the same, which Amazon may or may not allow based on your category. But it's showing them choice that they may not be aware of, but it's also adding confusion. So you've got to decide, does this help me by combining these together or hurt me? And is it alignment with Amazon terms of service, which varies by category? So food for thought there, because if I split it apart, now I may have increased my share of voice a lot. But if I combine it, I am now getting a boost in benefit from having the higher review ratings based on how they're displaying. So in some categories, it may display each individual reviews. It may display the highest review, or it may aggregate the reviews. So you want to test that out for your category as well. In this case, it's showing the highest rating, or it's aggregating these reviews. I can't tell, but it's this item right here may have 30 reviews, but it's benefiting from the exposure that this item's getting of 691 reviews. And it's on the same page. And if that's more likely to be in what I'm searching for, maybe I would gravitate towards it. Maybe it's a great thing to do, and it's the wise thing to do. But in other cases, it might be, wow, now I just clicked through 5 items and I'm confused which one to buy. I don't buy any. Or
right.
I may have given up my search result placement page. Like Robert said, if you can increase your share of voice on that search result page, kind of bump down your competitors, that can be a winning strategy. It really depends. So I want to make sure that whatever we talk about in these calls, I want to make sure you understand that it's not a one size fits all approach. We will work with you to strategize and talk about pros and cons, talk about testing options. How do we test it? How do we quantify it? And then determine what's the best approach for your needs within your category and based on what your competitors are doing.